So, crude oil prices, how low will they go? This is something that's really surprised a lot of people, is how much crude oil prices have declined over the last few months, even the last year. I think that I know that the ETF, or the commodity fund that tracks, well, one of the several that tracks crude oil, USO, it was like over $40 a share sometime last year, and I think today it was like 12.57 it closed at. So it's amazing how much it's declined. I thought that it was going to stop falling around $15 a share, but it continued to decline, and it's yeah, so it's around 12.57 a share, I believe, was the close today. So that's amazing. There's a lot of factors at play. Some people talk about how Iran is going to be releasing their supply of oil to the market now that the sanctions are starting to be lifted. I think that's certainly a factor, but I think that that can't be responsible for all $28 of the price drop in crude oil. So that because that's just insane. I know that there's the big market sell-off between today and last week, and so that's definitely a factor. But it's just amazing how people can be selling off oil even though it was already battered so low. But I mean, I guess when it comes to investments, there's no such thing as too low, or some stocks just go to zero, or some funds do. So very interesting decline in crude oil. I know that the overall market's been down quite a bit. I know today that at one point the Dow was down 1,089 points, which is just amazing. I believe that was an intraday record for decline. So that has a lot to do with it. But I think that even though obviously there's a correlation, and that the large decline in the Dow and the S&P and the Nasdaq and everything um, certainly contributed to the decline of oil. It seems like, well, I shouldn't say it seems like, I should say it is a fact that oil had been declining well before, the months and even year leading up to this big drop. So this is amazing. So if anybody else has been perplexed or surprised, or just kind of left shaking their head or scratching their head looking for answers with oil, then you're not alone. That's something I've been thinking about too. I did some math calculations, and I realized that it's only about 50 or 75 cents more to buy 42 gallons worth of water at Walmart or Target than it is to buy 42 gallons worth of crude oil. Of course, 42 gallons is a barrel, so that's amazing. If oil keeps declining, it's going to be cheaper to buy 42 gallons of oil than it is of water. So that's just something that's amazing. That would be a big I don't know, not noteworthy thing, but that milestone, that would be a big milestone. So I look forward to seeing what happens with crude oil in the future. Stay tuned.